進化
I don't know how you're left without smiles after episode 88 of Pokemon Horizons. What a incredible episode. Pokemon Horizons just never ceases to amaze me and put a stupid smile on my face. Liko's growth and 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴, like, oh my god. It is such a monolithic moment and such an amazing thing to see. One of the things that Pokemon Horizons has done is it hasn't shied away from evolution. And I love that the bonds and the growth of Pokemon is a huge focus. That means that we will continue to get a lot of Pokemon evolutions as the show goes on, as Liko, Roy, Dot, and whoever else gets introduced into the anime continue to have these strong bonds with their Pokemon. And although in seasons past of prior Pokemon seasons, we have gotten a lot of evolution, I just think that the way that they're being curated to us in this season is just so good. It's just so good. So this episode was all about Liko and the gang. It was Liko, Roy, Dot, and 𝐜𝐴𝐴 all versus Gibeon and his white Zygarde, which was just a absolutely incredible battle. And it ended with an evolution into 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴 from Florigato into 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴. And 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 ended up doing the flower trick. I never thought I could see that in the anime. I love doing flower trick. I think flower trick is such a goated just move inside of Scarlet and Violet. And I got to see it here where 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 was just like, and it's just like, oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. And I don't know if you guys could tell, you know, I'm geeking out about it just because 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 is one of my favorite Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. If you guys can't see behind me here, I have, you know, literally Sprigatito. There's another Sprigatito over here. There's literally Sprigatito behind me, another Sprigatito there. Like, a Sprigatito is easily and has really shot up into my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time. You know, when I think about like my top 5 favorite Pokemon, it's easily Gengar, it's Chikorita as my second favorite Pokemon of all time. And right behind there, it might be my favorite new Sprigatito. I absolutely love Sprigatito and Bellibolt. They both have been introduced in Scarlet and Violet, and they've easily shot up into like my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time, and I absolutely love them. Of course, I have like my Poliwhirl line, you know, that's with me. But I'm telling you, when it comes to my Bellibolts and my Sprigatito, you know, they're right there too, in my favorite. So again, I was just absolutely geeking out at the battle. Now, this was an absolutely pivotal point for Liko and the group, not only for their tremendous growth, but this was a big point to get through Gibeon, and eventually they were able to overcome it by, you know, 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 and her evolution, and Liko and her bonds. And when Liko took off, that moment to go and go into support Florigato, like, that was a huge moment. Like, Liko was just festering and just like, she was like, this is the moment, this is the bond, this is like, they were protecting everything. We have Rayquaza, we have Terapagos, we have the people that we're trying to protect, we have the Pokemon we're trying to protect. She just felt all of these just enormously big feelings, and she was like, she just needed to tell Florigato, like, we got this in this moment. Like, we can push through. We can overcome this together. And with all of that power, with all of that energy, with all of that with all of that, Florigato was able to feel that and evolve and push past their limits. Go plus ultra and evolve. And I love that was that moment. And in that same vein, 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 was able to have that same feeling and was able to also push back. And he had his Pokemon, I keep wanting to call it Sharkadet, but he had his Pokemon, and they pushed back. They created an opening for Liko, and Liko was able to go in there with 𝐜𝐴𝐴𝐴𝐴 and was able to legitimately trick Zygarde with the flower trick and overcome. And at that point, Zygarde could have kept pushing through, but he looked at Gibeon, and he, in that moment, understood Gibeon will not understand the same thing that Lucius did before for the last 100 years, because he's been bonding with Lucius, and the same thing that these kids understand. And in that moment, Zygarde gave up on Gibeon and went, I'm out. And he turned into cells, and he was like, I'm out. And at that moment, Gibeon was like, no. And I was like, yeah, you get it. That's what you get, you mother effer. And he took off, and then, Gibeon had his big monologue about not understanding. And that led, Friede into talking about bonds. And then that led the next big thing, the next monumental moment of the episode, where Terapagos takes up and finally has collected all the power. He went into his third form and was able to actually go and begin absorb. I don't know if he's going to absorb all the Recurium, all the Laquium. I don't know if he's going to absorb all the Recurium, or if he's going to put a barrier around it again, similar to how he did in the past before. It's really hard. My guess, I guess, would probably be that he's going to go the barrier route as before. But, is that going to require, as before he did, right? He put the barrier before. That kind of required Lucius to kind of be in that barrier. And Lucius may have just gotten stuck in the Recurium. So I don't know what's going to happen next. If it's going to be like, oh, Lucius is going to have to take one for the team once again. I don't know if Terapagos can just seal it away just with his power alone. I don't know if he can absorb all the Recurium, because considering it's all underground. But next episode is going to definitely tell us that. Now, here is some speculation with it, and at the end of the day, it's really hard to avoid spoilers. So I'm gonna give you guys a spoiler warning now. I want to talk about the next arc of Pokemon really fast, and there might be something that is considered a little spoilery here. I haven't mentioned it yet because I don't want it to be. So if you don't want to know anything about what may come next, stop the video now. I appreciate you guys being here. 𝐜𝐴𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐿 is here. Pokemon Horizons episode 88 was absolutely goated and incredible, and I can't wait to see that same thing happen next. All right. You're still here. Okay, so the thing is, let's talk about the next arc of Pokemon really fast. So we got a high-res picture of what's coming next, and we also got let me go over to YouTube really fast. We also got a preview for what's coming next as well too, which is the Pokemon. It's Pokemon Japan. And we also got a preview for what's coming next as well, too. So let's take a look at this really fast. So the next one is called Rayquaza Rising, right? And we finally get to see a little preview, right? This is where we're at right now. We get to see everything that's happening, and we get to see Spinel and Friede and everything take action. Obviously, Gibeon just got mollywopped, and we have everything that's happening. All the Pokemon, but maybe Pagadium. So let's stop right there. So there is a preview here that was shown in the preview of this episode as well. And in the preview for the episode 89 it looks like it looks like maybe Liko ends up dropping the bag where all the 6 Pokemon are in, and Lucius and his picture and everything. And it looks like they all get dropped. So does that mean that the 6 hero Pokemon are just lost forever? I'm not really sure. And then it does something that is incredible. It talks about the next adventure, which is like Mega. I think it's called Mega something. Mega something. The next arc, which is all focused around the Megas. And if you look here, there's something super duper specific. And hopefully they remove this text here so I can show you guys. But yeah, if you look here. Couple of noted things. The group is aged up a bit. So if you look at Liko Roy, right now it's speculated that they're around 10 to 12 years old. So they're probably now here about somewhere, 13 or 14. So they get aged up a couple of years, which is, awesome. Because last time, freaking Ash, 10-year-old boy forever. The most annoying thing ever is to keep some character at one age for, have them go through a huge timeline, but never actually change age, which is annoying. So as we see here, a couple of things to note is Liko's hair clip is now matching Ash's next, because his hat would change each generation of Pokemon. Liko's hair clip is now changing each generation of Pokemon as well too. There is a Mega Lucario, Mega Shiny Lucario, so that kind of gives us a hint at Legend ZA, which is going to be, in Lumio City, all that cool stuff there. So that says Megas is going to come into effect. We can see that Roy has a Mega Bracelet as well there, so that's really cool. We see that Terapagos is in his Pokeball, so that means he's going to be in a sleep state, so whatever ends up happening with this specific arc we know that Terapagos is going to end up going back to sleep. And we have Captain Pikachu here with Friede's glasses, and that is a important contextual note because we know something's going to happen with our boy Friede, unfortunately. And the next arc here, it just basically says, hey, here's where you can expect kind of like the next arc to begin, and which is actually going to end up beginning in April. And then we have some screenshots here This was through the 𝐜𝐴 magazine. In the 𝐜𝐴 magazine, they have just a shot here at Roy's without his hat, with his little silly hair, of course with his half sandals. And we just basically say, okay, Roy's group, Roy's gang over here is going to end up being his current Pokemon with his now new shiny Lucario, which means like, hey, I guess he's not going to find a Riolu, he's going to find a Lucario, which is, I think, is really cool. And then we have the high-res screenshot here, again, which we've already seen. We have this new kid, which looks super duper annoying. You could tell right with the teeth, he's gonna be just an incredibly annoying character. But regardless, he has a Sableye, and the Sableye has a Mega Evolution as well too. So we're gonna see Mega Sableye, which is really cool. Mega Sableye, which is really cool. And then we just have the high-res picture of everything here, where we can see again Captain Pikachu with freeze glasses, which are broken. If you guys see that little detail there, which I think is just really like a really cool thing to note. And then we look back at our girl Liko over here. Let me just zoom out just a tad bit. We can see our girl Liko over here again, new getup, and her specific hairpiece or hairpin. We can see it's just, you know, the next variation of it with Friede's ship, which has gotten a little bit of an upgrade in the back as well too. And of course, our girl Dot over there with her tomboyishness growing up, which I love quite a bit. So just really, really cool stuff overall, and really cool stuff to be able to look forward to. But episode 88 was goated. I absolutely love it, and I can't wait to see what the next arc is, which is going to be absolutely incredible. And the ending of this arc is officially coming to an end next week. I'll see you guys for all the craziness then. Leave me some love in the comments. Leave me some likes. I'll see you guys next week. Peace out, my friends.